Hi there, Chris Wheatley here from Hot Tub University, and today we're going to have a talk about a product, this is my favorite for using in my hot tub and my swim spa. It's a mineral salt system and it's called Aquafinesse, and what it does is it allows us to go down to virtually drinking water levels of chemicals by using mineral salts basically to prevent the formation of biofilm. So as opposed to the old systems, chlorine, bromine, most of your stuff out there, which is just going to allow the proliferation of bacteria and algae in your lines and really just keep the chemical levels high enough that it kills those things before it messes up your water. What we're doing with this system is we're actively attacking the root of the problem. So we're actually preventing biofilm formation, which means we're going to prevent algae and bacteria and anything in the system from actually culturing and forming a culture that can release, later into the hot tub or swim spa. So there's a couple of key things with this product that we found over the last 5-6 years we've been using it, and they're real simple. So there's just some tips and some tricks for using this product for either a swim spa like you see down here, or a hot tub. This is a dual zone, but I mean basically it's a hot tub on a swim spa. And really the concept for both is fairly similar with the exception for the very last stage. So let's talk about real quick the things that can mess your water up, because usually the problem is cloud. And if you look at it, there's about 3 things that are traditionally going to cause this. And the very first one is the most obvious, which is your pH level. Now this traditionally is where people make the mistake with a hot tub, and especially with a swim spa. What is critical here is that we drive our alkalinity levels high enough before we start adjusting the pH. And what usually happens is you start adjusting your alkalinity, you put a couple of caps to this and that, you get it just into that okay range, and you go, oh my God, it's got to be enough. I put so much of this alkalinity increaser in. Folks, alkalinity increaser is cheap as chips, and it's critical that you get that level high enough because it's really the environment that Aquafinesse really likes to work in. So the first thing we're always going to do here is we're going to drive that alkalinity right to the top of the okay range, so right up to that 180 mark. And that means throwing some alkalinity increaser in there, running the pumps for, usually on alkalinity, you don't have to wait that long, a couple of minutes, dip it. If it's not there, keep going. This will save you so much time down the road that if you do this, when you do your weekly or bi-weekly chemical levels, it'll save you a pile of time. So once we get that alkalinity way up to the high end, what we're going to do then is we're going to drop that pH, because what will happen is driving that alkalinity up will have driven our pH up into the high end of okay usually. So we're then going to drop that pH down to the low end of okay. Aquafinesse loves a high alkalinity, low pH environment. We get less cloud, we get less foam, it's happier. So again, alkalinity to the top, don't stop till you get way up there, then boom, we're going to pull that pH right down to about the 7 mark, so at the low end of okay. Folks, if you do that, you're 90% of the way there, because having those numbers set up right means that your pH isn't going to wander as much. Alkalinity is the ability of the water to stabilize pH. And getting that number high and getting that pH low is going to be real happy for Aquafinesse. The only other thing we got to look at there is the amount of sanitizer we're getting into the water. So typically with Aquafinesse, we're using chlorine. Some people will recommend bromine and other systems. Folks, we're going to use such a low level of chlorine here, almost drinking water levels, that really, chlorine's the number. Chlorine's what to go with. You don't smell it, you don't taste it. At those levels of half a part per million to a part per million are so low, it's literally what you'll pull out of the tap in a lot of municipal cities. So what we want to do for a large swim spa, something in the 15-foot, 5-foot range, is we want to typically be burning about 5 to 7 tablets a week. So basically 1 dispenser full. And if you look here, I use a little floating dispenser just because it's really easy. And I find if you've just got a tiny bit of the windows showing down the bottom here, and if you come right up here so you can see that, you'll see that there's little windows open there. And what we really want is we want just a sliver of a window for a 15-foot swimmer. And that would typically burn this whole container of chlorine pucks over the course of a week. So getting the pH, alkalinity high, getting the pH low, making sure you're burning that 5-7 tablets a week in chlorine should result in your tub looking like this. The only other thing that can mess your water up usually, soaps. And guys, this is a big one. Lotions, potions, detergents. Don't go in there with your shirt on. Don't go in there with trousers on or shorts on. It is going to put so much soap in there, you're not going to believe it. My advice, party naked. But if you're not going to party naked, don't wash your swimsuits through the washing machine a lot. A lot of soap gets stuck in there, so keep those swimsuits aside. If you got a lot of people over, if you can, get them to rinse off a little bit, especially rinse their suits off. But sometimes that's a little awkward, so you're just going to have to deal with that detergent cloud for a little bit. But the long and the short of it is try and minimize that. So rinse better when you're in the shower, rinse your hair better. Kids, you're the worst. get in the shower, you drip, drip, drip. You run out of the shower, you're covered in soap. You jump in my bloody hot tub, next thing you know, it's full of bubbles. So rinse off a little bit better in the shower. Do that pH and alkalinity game where you really go high on that alkalinity, low on that pH, and make sure you're putting enough chlorine through the tub. I'm telling you, if you follow that advice, you'll get over a year out of your hot tub or swim spa water, and it will be dead simple. Thanks. That's Chris from Hot Tub University. Have a great day.